The Giants have had an active offseason as they continue to shore up some of their weaknesses from the 2022 season. Here with me to talk about the G-Men is New York Post Giants beat writer Paul Schwartz. He's fresh back in the States from London. Paul, how's it going?
Good, Dexter. As you know, I know Premier League soccer is close to your heart. Saw a bunch of Arsenal games, a little Chelsea action, so that was nice. Came back and look, the Giants are in the business of improving their roster. They made some big moves, some medium moves, some small moves, but they're trying to make their team better. They made the playoffs last year, but they want more than that.
They want more than that. We're going to talk all about that here, Paul. There was a strong desire for some Giants fans to focus on the G-Men improving the offense, but Giants general manager Joe Schoen clearly had a focus this offseason on improving the defense. How do the signings of Bobby Okereke and Nunez-roches help improve Big Blue's D?
Nice job, Dexter. You said a mouthful with those two names. Yes, Bobby Okereke. He is the key here. He's their big ticket free agent. Joe Schoen last year was very nervous all year about the run defense. Over 144 yards a game, 27th in the league. Look, if you can't stop the run, then you're not a credible defense. And if you're not a credible defense, you're not a credible team. So that was a problem all year. This new linebacker from the Colts, Okereke, had 151 tackles last year. He's really like a bigger, stronger Blake Martinez. They both played at Stanford, smart guys. So he is a no-brainer to fit into Wink Martindale's defense. Nunez-roches, he wants to be called Nacho. He was a really good rotational defensive lineman at Tampa with the Buccaneers. He won a Super Bowl with the Bucs. He is not a pass rusher, of any great pedigree, but he's a good run stopper. So with these two guys, their run defense got better, and that means the whole team got better.
Got better on the defensive side of the ball. Good for the G-Men. And the Giants on offense, we got to talk about the offense. They signed wideout Jamison Crowder to a one-year deal on Thursday. They also signed Paris Campbell. They brought back Darius Slayton on a two-year deal, Paul. And those three players will join Isaiah Hodgins, Sterling Shepard, and Wan'Dale Robinson in the wide receiving group. Now, there doesn't appear to be a true number one receiver in this group. So how do you assess this receiving core?
You know what? You can't manufacture a number one receiver if one is not out there. The Giants looked at this free agent market and said, there's no receiver out there that we're going to sign for number one receiver money. So they said, we'll go to the next best thing. We'll sign Paris Campbell. We'll re-sign Darius Slayton. We'll sign Jamison Crowder. That's the newest one, as you mentioned. He's a good slot target when he's healthy. So, they're building their depth. Last year, they were really thin in that area. And don't forget, there is a draft coming up. The 25th pick, they're taking out to dinner a bunch of these wide receiver prospects. Would I be surprised if one of them was picked at number 25? No, I would not. And don't forget, you don't have to, if you can't find it, you can go to the next thing. Their number one target right now is Darren Waller, the tight end that they acquired in a trade with the Raiders. So they improved their passing offense, not by getting a number one receiver, but by adding a number one target in Darren Waller.
All right, so you mentioned that. So with those wideout signings and re-signings, along with trading for Darren Waller, the tight end, Daniel Jones has some weapons for next season. Do these moves take the G-Men out of the OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., that is, sweepstakes? Does it take him out of that?
Well, you're assuming that they were in the OBJ sweepstakes. Look, they invited him for a visit last December. Odell was not ready to run, not ready to play. That was kind of a silly little three-team tour, but the Giants got to look at him, got to talk to him a little bit. They did send people, including their receivers coach, Mike Groh, to his workout in Arizona last week, I guess, or 2 weeks ago, and looked at him. The reports that he looked good. But first of all, Odell Beckham's asking price was way too high for the Giants. I don't know if it's $20 million. Odell went on Twitter and said it's not $20 million, but it was higher than what the Giants wanted. The Giants were not shopping in the high rent district as far as these wide receivers. I don't think they were really hot for him ever. Joe Schoen kind of knows what Odell's all about, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I don't know if they wanted to add a player who has 2 ACL surgeries and probably can still play, but he's going to come in as a number 2 or number 3 wide receiver. Do you want to do that, bringing him back to a team where he was a superstar, not that long ago? So yeah, Odell is not part of the picture for the Giants, and they will probably look to the draft to add more talent at that position.
All right, that's where the Giants will look to add talent to the wide receiver core. We'll see if that happens. Sorry, Giants fans who were looking for them to add Odell Beckham Jr. That is Paul Schwartz, the great Giants beat reporter for the New York Post. Paul, glad you were back from across the pond. It means you and I one day have to go watch an Arsenal-Liverpool match. That has to happen.
As long as you're paying, I'm all in.
All right, we'll make that happen. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, man.
You got it.